Hello, Freedom family. My name is Emeka Freedom, your favorite real estate consultant. And this video today is specifically meant for those who are starting out in the real estate industry as a realtor or a consultant or an agent, depends on what you want to call it. Okay? And today we're going to be looking at the subject of real estate and how you can succeed as a real estate consultant or a realtor. So stay tuned. What is real estate? Real estate is not all about selling of lands and houses, selling of, renting of spaces and the rest of them. Real estate goes beyond that. It's not only about selling lands, selling houses. Yeah, real estate is actually about wealth creation. So if you're looking to help people to build wealth, if you're looking to help people to build sustainable wealth, the best way to do that is using real estate. So across history, going back to history, the richest people in the world have a background in real estate. They have invested heavily into real estate, and that is why they are so wealthy. So it means that when you provide yourself or make yourself available as someone who can show people or lead people to an opportunity to buy real estate, you are also becoming wealthy yourself. Okay? So real estate doesn't depreciate, it doesn't spoil, nothing happens to it. It keeps appreciating and appreciating. So real estate is actually a tool for wealth creation. So when you connect people to opportunities in real estate, you have actually helped them to secure their financial future. Now let's talk about who a realtor is. Who is a realtor in the real sense? A realtor is not just an agent roaming around the street and looking for the next buyer to pay into their bank account. A realtor is actually a bridge between opportunities and the buyer, or opportunities and progress. A realtor is someone who actually helps an individual to take a better property decision or investment decision. Is a value creator who helps people to achieve their dream of land and house ownership. So in simple terms, a realtor is someone who makes money by helping people to own property. So when you position yourself as a helper, position yourself as a value creator or a problem solver, you make money off that, because every time people achieve their property goal or investment goal, you are rewarded for it. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the power of consistency. One of the most important powers you must have as a realtor to succeed is the power to stay. The power of consistency. Even when things are not working, you are pushing. Even when things does not seem as though it's working, you are pushing and making progress. Yeah? Because consistency is how we differentiate top-selling realtors and those ones who are falling apart. Because consistency is the game changer for you. Okay? So many realtors join the industry and they are so excited that they've joined $1 million industry. But a few weeks down the line, they've already given up because they don't understand that consistency is a very important key, or is a very important tool they must have as a realtor in order for them to succeed. So if you have been distracted from the beginning of this video, this is the point you need to pay absolute attention. Okay? Now, as a realtor, there are 4 key responsibilities you must always carry out if you want to succeed as a realtor. Now, you don't want to be every other realtor that month to month you're not closing on any deal. Month to month you're not making any progress. Now, with these 4 key responsibilities, that is all you need to do. Week after week, you are repeating the same thing, and that's the only way results can come your way. Number 1, know your product. Know your product. You can't sell what you don't even understand. You can't communicate confidence on what you don't even understand. So it's very, very important, and it's a principle in any industry that knowledge is paramount. The individual that wants to be a teacher has to go through school, has to go through some qualifications in order to become a qualified teacher. The same applies to you. In order to become a professional real estate consultant, you must endeavor to go through the training, go through the processes that would help you to get that possible. Now, what are the kind of knowledge you need to get? Number 1 is product knowledge. You need the product of what you're selling. If you don't have the adequate knowledge of what you're selling, then you are going to be a blunder before your client. You're going to be a blunder before that client you're speaking to. And you know what that means already. You're not making that sale possible. So go for knowledge. Learn about the product. Learn about the locations the product is. Learn about the benefits. Learn about the landmarks and every other information that is needed in order for you to build internal confidence for that particular sale or the pitch you are about to give. Every buyer wants assurance, and the assurance comes from the confidence you have in your knowledge. The more you know, the more confident you become. The more you know, the better you become in communicating value. So if you're just starting out in real estate, go ahead and learn about that property. Go ahead and learn the landmarks, learn the property, learn the location, learn everything pertaining to that property, the features, down to the documentation, because this will boost your confidence. So I know you are going to do that. Number two, prospecting. You must learn how to prospect. What is prospecting? It is the process of talking to people and sharing your opportunities to people, potential clients. If you don't talk to people, you will not sell. Real estate is a numbers game. The more people you talk to, the more opportunity you stand to sell. So who are you speaking to? Start thinking about speaking to people. Now, how do you speak to people? Make it a daily habit. You are speaking to people every day. When you wake up in the morning, decide from evening, you set your prospecting goal that you want to speak to, say 10 people every day, 10 people every day of your life. And the more people you speak to, imagine speaking to 10 people every day. In a week, that is 70 people. So you need to get used to this. Real estate is a numbers game. It's about meeting people. It's about going out there to meet people. So there's this quote my mentor usually say. He says, you don't go out to prospect, you prospect as you go. So how prospecting works is that immediately you wake up and you're done with your morning routine and you have your phone, prospecting starts. From people who you find online, from people you find around your office space, from people you find at the bank or wherever you go to, right? That's where you prospect. You don't have to wait until you choose a particular place where you prospect. Everywhere you are is an opportunity for you to begin to prospect. So I believe this is making sense to you. The next thing you need to learn is follow up. Follow up is how deals are closed. Most times, when you meet clients at the first instance or your first meeting with them, most of them may not be able to buy because they are still skeptical about the information you give them. They need time to digest what you told them. So the only way for you to make sure that these people follow up and eventually buys is by following up on them, reaching out to them week by week, month by month, to be sure that they are still interested and willing to go ahead with the sale. Why most sales are lost is because most of the persons, like realtors like you watching me now, most of you chicken out very early. You give up so soon, which makes that client to also forget about the business because it's important to them as much as it's important to you. So sometimes they get to lose your contact. They can't remember the number that chatted them about that particular opportunity. So because of that, you lose the sale forever. So follow-up is very important. We talked about prospecting. So when you start getting these people and you're telling them about the opportunity in real estate, it's also very important that you follow up on them. Tell them about the opportunity. Remind them over and over again. Don't make it to look as if you are bugging them or you're trying to make them uncomfortable. You do that in a friendly way, in a professional way that will make them to like you whenever they come across your message. Okay? So prospecting is very important. And follow-up is importanter, if there is any English like that. Follow-up is very much important. Every time you think about making sale, think about following up. Those leads you have already in your list, those numbers you have in your phone already, start following up on them because follow-up is the game changer. Number 4 is closing. Closing is where everything is tied up. If you don't know how to close, a lot of deals will slip out of your hand. So as a beginner, you must learn how to close. What is closing? Closing is helping that client to take a decision to make payments. And immediately they make payments, they have secured their property. And the only time they can take possession of that property is when they have gotten their documents. But that's a different case. That's a different discussion altogether. But you need to learn how to help them to make a decision. Okay? How can they make a decision? Now, when you see some signals that shows that the client is interested in what you're selling, it is a green sign for you to ask a closing question. What is a closing question? Sir, would you love to pay now or you want to pay tomorrow? Sir, how many plots would you love to pick now? How many plots would you like to take? 2 or 3? Sir, what bank would you love to pay into? These are closing questions. You can ask these closing questions as you go. The more you have conversation with the client, you ask them these closing questions in order to be sure that they are still interested in the business. So you need to learn how to close. And one of the reasons why so many realtors, especially those ones starting out, do not close is because they don't know how to deal with what we call objections. What are objections? They are hindrances that prevent that sale from happening. Example, I will get back to you. Let me think about it. I want to speak to my wife. Some of these things they say prevents the sale from happening. So in conclusion, Real estate is very simple but not easy. So I want to advise you to go ahead and watch this video over and over again, because the more you watch it, the more better and the more knowledgeable you become. Get to know your product, get to have knowledge about real estate. Number two, become a master in prospecting, finding people that you would show you the opportunities to. Number three, be a master of follow-up. The better you are at follow-up, the more deals you will close. Because someone you met 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times or 6 times, it might be in the 8th meeting that the person will eventually pay. Number 4, be a master closer. Being a master closer means that you understand the emotions of your client, you know how to communicate value, and you also know how to ask closing questions. And don't be scared of asking for the sale. If you see that the client is very interested, go ahead and ask for the sale. And I want to wish you success if you watch to the end of this video. I remain Emeka Freedom. Until I see you on the next one, I wish you success.